my name is Pam Griffith, and I'm coming to you from Building Blocks Child Development Center in Spencer, West Virginia. And I have a Read, Make, and Do project for you today. Our book today is called The Itsy Bitsy Spider. Here we go. The itsy bitsy spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out come the sun and dried up all the rain, and the itsy bitsy spider climbed up the spout again. The itsy bitsy spider climbed up the kitchen wall. Swoosh went the fan and made the spider fall. Off went the fan, no longer did it blow, so the itsy bitsy spider back up the wall did go. The itsy bitsy spider climbed up the yellow pail. Oop. In came a mouse and flicked her with its tail. Down fell the spider, the mouse ran out the door, then the itsy bitsy spider climbed up the pail once more. The itsy bitsy spider climbed up the rocking chair. Up jumped a cat and knocked her in the air. Down plopped the cat, and when he was asleep, the itsy bitsy spider back up the chair did creep. The itsy bitsy spider climbed up the maple tree. She slipped on some dew and landed next to me. Out came the sun, and when the tree was dry, the itsy bitsy spider gave it one more try. The itsy bitsy spider climbed up without a stop. She spun a silky web right at the very top. She wove and she spun, and when her web was done, the itsy bitsy spider rested in the sun. The end. Alright, so we are going to make an itsy bitsy spider. Actually, it's not going to be very itsy bitsy because it's going to be a pretty big spider. So, what I have here is I have some black construction paper, and it's cut about 2.5 inches wide. It really doesn't matter how wide you cut it. Then, we're going to put a couple pieces together. I've got my little stapler here. I'll staple them together. And you gotta see how big your head is. See? Oh, I might need just a little bit more paper. So I'll take another piece. We're gonna staple that on. Make it just a little bit bigger. And my stapler has decided to eat my construction paper. Let's try that again. Operator error. There we go. That's much better. Okay, so as you can see, we are making a headband, and we want to make sure that it's big enough to go all the way around our heads. So we're going to measure our head. Let's see if we get it about right. And then we're going to staple it together. And I think my portable stapler has seen better days. So we have our headband all set, done. Now we need some legs. How many legs does a spider have? 8. It's called an arachnid. And it has 8 legs. Most insects, all insects have 6 legs, but a spider is not an insect. It is something totally different. So we have to cut 8 legs. So we got 1, 2, here's number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, you can decide whether you want your legs on your spider to be kind of straight like this, or you can fold them back and up and down and up and down and up and down. And this is a good, nice, fine motor skill until you have crinkly legs. So you're going to make your 8 crinkly legs, and then we're going to staple them all to your hat. So we're going to do just a couple of these. You can take all your pieces of paper if you want to have the crinkly legs. Put all your pieces of paper together and fold them all at once. It's a little harder to fold. You might need some help from a family member. So someone older, an adult, to help you fold all your legs. But you're going to fold all your legs. Then we can staple them to your headband. 1, 2, 3, 4 legs on that side. And then the stapler's going to give us some fits. And then we're going to turn it around. And we're going to staple our other 4 legs on there. I think it's about time for Miss Pam to get a new stapler. And if you don't have a stapler, you could use glue. It'll take a little bit longer to dry. And take it a little bit longer till you can wear your hat. Or you could put some tape on it. Which probably would have been a good idea at this point, since I'm having problems with the stapler. Get our other 2 legs on there. Just not wanting to staple real well. That's okay. We will make it work. Let's see if we get us 1 more on there. There we go. Now we have some legs on our spider. Just needs one more thing. It needs eyes. Now, I went to Dollar Tree and I got me a bag of eyes because spiders have a very complex lens in their eye, and some spiders have a lot more than just 2. They have a lot of little eyes. So you can decide how you want your eyes to be on your spider. So, and you know how it goes when you need the glue to work. There we go. Now it's unstopped. So we'll take our spider and we'll put some dots of glue on it. I think I want lots of eyes on my spider. I'll put me lots of dots of glue on there. And then here comes the fun part. Big eyes and little eyes. And however many eyes you want on your spider. It's yours. You can make it any way you want. Because there's fun thing about this is there's really no wrong way to make a spider. You can make it any way. You can decide you just want 2 eyes. You might decide you want a bunch of eyes. You might even decide you want a whole bag of eyes on your spider. It's yours. And you get to make it any way you want. Alright, so now normally we would have to let this sit a little while before we put it on. But for today, we're going to go ahead and put it on and see how it looks. And there we have our spider. Now, I'm the spider queen. I have my spider crown. Now that we have the spider, we need a web. Because you know what the spider did? Went up the water spout, went up this pail, went up all those things, just to make a spider web. And she didn't give up. She tried everything. She went up the spout, she went up the wall, she went up the pail, she finally went up the tree, and she worked and she worked and she worked, and she got to do what she wanted to do. So sometimes you just have to work a little harder to get what you want. So we're going to make us a web today. And for this web, I have some black plates. Now, I got my black plates at the dollar store. And to make it easier to see, I used a shoestring. So all I did was I cut cuts into the plate all the way around. And we have one here. We don't spill glue on it. And I just took my scissors and I made the cuts around the plate. Doesn't matter how you want to do it. Do it any way you want. Now, these are the big scissors, the adult scissors. So you can use little scissors, and if you use the big scissors, make sure you have an adult with you because you don't want to get yourself cut on those adult scissors. Now, you can use shoestrings. You can use yarn. So for this one, I use the shoestring. This one, we'll try the yarn. So we'll get our yarn started. Now you can make you a knot in it. Just tie you a little knot in the end and slide it in one of your holes. Just like that. Now, then you just go from one side to the next. Pull it tight. You can go any way you want. You can go up and down. You can go to side. And you can make yourself your own spider web to go with your spider hat. Now, that is one way to make our spiders webs. Now, if you want to make this a little bit of a learning game instead of just something to play with, this is another way to do it. So, on this plate, I've used a hole punch and I punched holes in it. So, up here, and I wrote on it with a silver Sharpie because that will show up on the black plate easier. So, I started with A up here. So now, I use the end of my shoestring like a needle and thread, and I find my B over there. So I just poke up my hole. Pull it out the other side. And then, let's see, now we have to find our C. It's down here. So that means I have to come back up through the hole with the C. And then I have to find my D. It's over here. No. And then you just keep going. Now I found my C, D. Now I'm going to find my E and my F and my G, and just keep on going until you have a spider web for your spider. Alright, there you go. Thank you very much. This is Pam coming from Spencer, West Virginia at Building Blocks. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. I like my hat.